Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and committee members. I'm Dr. Vivian Teegardin from Harlingen, and I am here to give my support for Bill 1536. I'm a general dentist employed by Dr. Juan Villarreal with Harlingen Family Dentistry, and have practiced there for 24 years. I am also on the board of Texas Dentists for Medicaid Reform. Frankly, I'm a dentist, not an attorney, so I'm talking more about my personal experiences than anything else today. I've been involved in this issue because our practice, which consists of 13 dentists and 130 staff, was a high-volume provider of orthodontic Medicaid services in Texas. We had 3 dentists providing orthodontic services to the Medicaid-eligible children that came to us, 2 orthodontists, one of which is board certified, and myself. It was with some shock that I found our offices being investigated, our office, being investigated by the Office of Inspector General back in mid-2011, and then we were accused of Medicaid fraud. There had been no complaints that we were aware of prior to this. Worse, when we started getting some of the facts of the investigation, we were told that OIG dental expert had decided that 84 out of 85 orthodontic cases he reviewed did not qualify for Medicaid, and that we were under a credible allegation of fraud payment hold. This was unbelievable. All these cases were pre-approved by TMHP. I was not involved in all the ins and outs of dealing with OIG and the legal case, as this was the province of Dr. Villarreal, the owner, and he has made a separate written submission. He could not be here today because he had a long-arranged commitment out of state. And I do have his testimony, his written. But personally, let me tell you, I have been disturbed about this whole matter since it started back in 2011. This has taken a toll on my health, as I have recently been diagnosed with hypertension, which I attribute to the strain from the entire process being under these allegations. One of our orthodontists, Dr. George Franklin, retired and left our office because of the stress he felt from having his professionalism undermined by allegations of fraud. Initially, I was relieved when I heard that the judge from the State Office of Administrative Hearings had found that we had not committed fraud or misrepresented what we had done in our orthodontic approvals. This was last September, a year after the payment hold had been placed and the allegations made. This is way too long for my estimation. However, soon after, our office was again visited and investigated by OIG. I thought we had been cleared of criminal charges, and here they were again. Only this time, they were asking for pediatric, oral surgery, and general dentistry treated patients charts. Our office manager, Marisol Alanis, will address her dealings and concerns with the conduct of this expanded investigation shortly. Another thing is that it took until last month to get OIG to recognize the decision of the SOA judge and actually lower our payment hold as ordered by the judge, which had been at 40% of all Medicaid billings. It was changed to 4%. My understanding of Bill 1536 is that it comes into play at the overpayment stage of the OIG investigation process. While this is a good start, it seems to me, as it's been said here today by several other testimonies, that other things need to be done to grant due process, such as provisions dealing with how an investigation is conducted and when a payment hold is first placed. The fact that it has taken over a year to deal with this issue at a huge cost to our office does not seem fair to me. We haven't even gotten to the overpayment hearing stage yet. I just want to further state that I first got into taking Medicaid patients 24 years ago because I believed in giving back to the community and helping the needy children in the same area where I grew up. I felt it was a very positive thing to do. Even though we are no longer getting Medicaid funds for some of the children we started in orthodontic treatment, we're fortunate to have the resources to be able to continue servicing them regardless. Ethically and morally, I could not abandon a single patient. I am committed to fulfilling my obligation to these children and their parents. However, this kind of heavy-handed treatment upon our practice has dampened my enthusiasm to accept Medicaid, and I believe it sets a bad example as to what other dentists can expect if they come under investigation. This is crippling for Texas, and it is crippling for the Rio Grande Valley, which has a high percentage of Medicaid-eligible children. Of course, I am against Medicaid fraud, and people that defraud the system should go to jail. But there needs to be due process for providers to sort out the guilty from the innocent. I thank you for your time today and for seeking to improve matters for Medicaid providers.